And this is worry my pep team members. Let me tell you what I like, eh? I like when people jump out themselves and attack me. I like it. Because I make for this. I had shared a meme a couple years ago. Somebody tell me you're a political leader. Carry yourself a little better. But it said, do not be an asshole to me. Because then I will have to be an asshole to you. And I am very much better at being an asshole than you are. You see, when they jump out themselves on threads, they don't realize that you see what they say. Saints and Sinners is the name of tonight's video. And we started with a madman's rant. You hear what Rhoda was talking about? All them somebody, a somebody do this, a somebody do that. This is a country where somebody always getting away with anything. The people that quick to jump out themselves and attack Philip, they had the belly, balls and backbone to jump out for Rowley and AV Oil. They have the belly, balls and backbone to jump out for Kamala and SIS. They have the belly, balls and backbone to stand up to Manning and Conrad Enil and Malcolm Jones and Pandey and Kamala and TN Ramnath. They have that kind of balls, belly and backbone. But they could come on Facebook and talk. You know who's the best? Those who just have to go and get themselves some fake names and fake profile picture. Plenty courage then, boy. You're mannish. You're coming in the Gael. You're swinging, boy. But nobody know who you are. But we could pierce IP addresses. We have the technology so that we know when you come at us, if it requires tearing you apart on Facebook, and them accounts to switch off quick, you know. Them accounts to switch off quick. Inshan Ishmael have 9 Facebook accounts, you know. Them accounts to start and finish, boom. I find 50, stop counting at 50, PEP accounts. Report all to Facebook. Facebook take all down. So now, to open a PEP Facebook account, they have to have certain information. The level of, and a promise to behave myself tonight. I vex, eh? I'll tell you why I vex. I'll tell you why I vex. And I'll tell you why the name of tonight's video is Saints and Sinners. Because we can go out all, you know. Free paper. And I win it. Live on TV. Anybody, Kamala, Pandey, Manning, Rowley, Faris, Rudal, Vasant, Stacey Rupnarain, Anil Roberts, anybody, and he'll get to defame me in the parliament and the parliamentary privilege, but that stunting son of a twisted, always high, always drunk jackass he will never try that with me in person. Me and Gary Griffith was in the party in Glencoe when Sparrow's son put that telephone scar on his face. Sparrow's son, Clinton, who ended up dead like a vagrant in tongue washing car. Sparrow's son, running Woolworth in Westmall and buy a cutlass to run out and chop Anil, you know. To chop Anil, he buy a cutlass. Saints and sinners, boy. Everybody, to hear them talk. They born of a virgin on the 25th of December. To hear them talk, this shit don't stink. To hear them talk, them born big and whole, them rich here normal. I'll tell Trinidad and Tobago something. There is not one single person in this country with wealth, not one wealthy person in this country who got that money legally, morally, and ethically. Not one. Change my mind. Let me talk. Because the information that I have is what frightening the 1% and the contract mafia. It's only Philip Edward Alexander would ask if Rohan Sinanan, so managed with his short ass self in his cowboy boots, going and kick down little Indian people property, how come the Syrian get to build Grand Bazaar on the highway reserve and interfere with the overpass and the highway intersection that was designed to build it? How come all you wasn't man enough, Rohan? You and the PNM and the UNC. How come all you wasn't bad enough to go and kick down Grand Bazaar? So now people have to put their life at risk to use that intersection. To go anywhere. You have no idea what the frick you're doing. You have to get a map and ways to tell you how to navigate the bullshit that we settled on because SABGA build Grand Bazaar on the Highway Reserve. And they have nobody else could tell you that. They have nobody else will tell you that Massy stores in Maraval, not the one down in Lower Maraval, the one up in Upper Maraval, built on the River Reserve. It built on the River Reserve. In other words, it is land stolen. Yeah, Massy stores. Massy stores Maraval. Quick, send that to Derek Winford. Let Derek Winford and Michael Pillai put out a release and ask Gavin Nicholas, who is also a social and political activist all of a sudden, to tell them, because Michael Pillai is giving him an office to operate when he running for elections. I like people to jump out themselves. You see, I want to tell you all something. I have an encyclopedia of Trinidad corruption. I'm telling you this. I am the one and the only. They have nothing else like me, you know. And the 1% and the contract mafia afraid to death the notion of a Philip Edward Alexander with parliamentary privilege. Anil Roberts know. Anil Roberts know that Philip Edward Alexander with parliamentary privilege will expose his whole family. They don't want a level play field. They want we in the Gael, but them could swing big boy. We had to come with toothpick. And they go say, look, we beating them. Look, we beating them. Faris and Stuart Chum saying, look, we beating Philip. Look, we beating him. We paying Sapka and Massey not to broadcast Pep, but we beating him. Look. Jackasses. A bunch of stunting, immature, failed jackasses. And you know why we call this video tonight Saints and Sinners? It's for people like Alex Malin Smith and Gregory Gans. These people, these little middle classers in Trinidad and Tobago who benefited from a life disconnected from what the people at the lowest classes. We grew up, I'm telling you, I grew up in Johnny Soom, Cindy Lee Phillips, Michelle Julie time, when they built Club Coconuts up in Cascadia Hotel to put black people in their place, Gollywog night and coconut oil night. All you know the country, all you living in, all you partying in. When they built Zen, when Chowlin and Johnny Soom built Zen, it was for black people on the bottom and white people on the top money. Now, we have a funny kind of money, a funny kind of racism in this country. Because if you're black and you get money, you could be white. If you're an Indian and you get money, you could be white. Syrians have become white overnight because they found money. And all of a sudden, they used to call them hairy, take care of hairy back, all kind of thing. Marrying your sister, marrying your cousin, but the Syrians found money. They tripped over some money and got it. So now, Syrians have been accepted in Trinidad and Tobago as white. Like how Jesus Christ, born in Africa, was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed man. But that's another story. And we are going to rip an eye. I can only speak for me. You see, there are people who leave the PEP that's straining their neck every day to see what I write in, what I sharing, what the people following, because they can't understand. Kill them dead, they can't understand. I posting pics with my tits outside and I can't get the likes and the shares that Philip getting. What he doing? You see, when you have information to bring into the public space for the first time, Trinidadians grew up in our country. Even Sparrow had to sing We Like It, so he didn't understand. What made the country so bad? I understand. Philip Edward Alexander in the Parliament will tear down the contract mafia. Tear it down completely. We're talking billionaires here. We're talking billionaires, but it is the power of the Constitution and the state. We have had people create political parties. The PNM and the UNC were created as vehicles to steal money. That's all. They give you a two-party system, one for blacks, one for Indians. The rest all don't matter. To steal money. Because PNM don't benefit black people and UNC don't benefit Indian people. And the couple Indian people that still walking around town saying, boy, I get water under UNC, is what is the most amazing thing of all. Like politicians doing what they are supposed. It's like you're going KFC and you buy chicken and chips and you come outside, you open the box, hey, look chicken, look chips, a fork. Excited. Because you're getting the shit that you actually paid for. When these government ministers, when Lee Hunt crack that envelope at the end of the month and pull out that check from the parliament, $88,000, he's paid for something. That money isn't because we like him. We don't. Most people don't. Most of these politicians and parliamentarians don't like themselves. But when they pull out that 88,000, it's because they were paid for something. And if they don't have water in the taps, fire the mothers. If you walk out KFC and you open that box, and you ain't got a napkin, no chicken, no chips, it's just an empty box, ain't you kick it open that door and go inside and fling the box? How it is that we could do that for bullshit at the bottom level, chicken and chips, but at the top, water, roads, pavement, sidewalk, jobs, healthcare, education, food, affordable housing, a proper financial, listen man, the Bankers Association of Trinidad and Tobago vex. They vex. Because nobody else talking about the US spread. Only Philip Edward Alexander Kamler don't talk about it. Tune in Monday night in Tuna Puna and listen to Rudal and Kamler talk a crocus bag of ass and see if either of them talking about the illegal 13% tax that the Bankers Association of Trinidad and Tobago applies to the national economy because 99% of everything you consume is imported. Even the things that they say made in Trinidad and Tobago contain foreign ingredients or packed in foreign packaging or are impacted by foreign prices. So you're still stuck. And if the people who manufacture it buying US from the banks in Trinidad and Tobago, they're paying 13% tax that they have to pass on to you. But Kamler and Rudal are talking about that. The Dwayne, the Gargoyle, call me and Birch, Minister of Finance. He don't know how to talk about that. Fire about you. When all you go to protest outside the house in Maraval, send police in all your mother ass, all you know is a king. Because all you like it so. And today, the news, they had to bite down on something hard because this one hurt. What the news they had to publish today, this one leave a mark. They're carrying that now, they know. Steve Castani, no, they're writing on the wall. Nakta, Bishnu Raghubar Singh, whatever his name is. You ever notice how when the PNM and the UNC get a favorable Nakta poll, it's like Christ himself handed down from heaven. But if it's a Nakta poll that busts away their ass, hey, Nakta is bullshit, nobody is studying that. You ever notice that? Convenient, hypocritical bullshit that we settle for as politics, leadership, media. Today, the NACTA poll was so skewed in favor of the progressive empowerment. The what? The what you talking about, bro? The PEP? People know about that? 31%. A media blackout. 31% say we're voting for the third party. NACTA to find a way to phrase it all out. People not, normally they would say, respondents said they were interested in options. The people say they're voting for a third party. NACTA can't print, Newsday can't print PEP. Steve Castani will lose them lucrative contracts he getting from the PNM. Can't print PEP. The people say they're voting for the third party. When we open the phone lines, Monday and Wednesday between 9 and noon, and we take 100 calls, 98 calls, people calling and crying on the phone. It's like a revival. We get two little morning shows. The worst time in the day to have a radio show is between 9 and noon, and still, that's the worst time. That is the worst time in the day, the least amount of listeners you're supposed to get according to the numbers. And it is the #1 talk show on radio now already. There was another show Tuesday and Thursday. People just listen to that, hoping we walk in the studio and join them. The Progressive Empowerment Party, when we open the phone lines, Janice, Tony, and myself, people calling in crying. You can't fake this shit. PNM and UNC paying people, sending them phone card, but calling the station man, give them licks. And they calling in and they talking this shit. And the following callers calling and saying, no, that one, that so-and-so, he getting paid to live in a lane, 2 shack outside the councillor house, and they know all that bullshit. All that bullshit. You see, the owners of Daybreak Cafe and Daryl Smith know Philip Edward Alexander in the parliament will expose how come Daybreak Cafe gets to break the law. They know that. Jilal, the vinyl king in El Socorro, Kamala ain't talking about that. Fuad Khan ain't talking about that. Rowley ain't gonna talk about Jilal, the vinyl king, who been in the street. He ain't gonna talk about that, but a PEP government will realign Jilal. And I want the people of Samoa to hear Philip Edward Alexander as Prime Minister would come and realign, laser sight, realign Jilal. Listen now, listen. You could bad talk me till your belly bust. You could cry blood. I in this to win this. I come here to wake Trinidad and Tobago up, to inform, educate, and empower. If you call on elections and the people choose to stay treading water and shit, hey, I could say, with the psalmists, I tried. This is Friday night. I could be whining back with a small E. I hear again. Carnival Saturday, when the rest of them couldn't find the pants and the keys. We was inside PEP headquarters. This Saturday we have meetings. Here how much meetings I have Saturday? Noon, 1, 2, 3, so far. So far, noon is the public, 1 is south, 2 is north, 3 is general management of the party. And that is so far. It is subject to have more added to it as people call and request meetings. Fill up that agenda. I just want to tell a gentleman who start off on a trend, as long as it's not Philip Alexander running that party, I could vote for them. And we had it out. We had it out. And it ended with, brother, I am in Tobago. How soon you coming across? You see, it's easy to parrot bullshit, and this is what the media does. This is what the media does. The media just wants to tarnish names. So when people ask why Phillips talks so hard, it's called counter shock. You see, they use their shock doctrine. Dirty your name. I am the only one that they can't get out. They could say what they want. They could say what they want. And I say again, fair, free and fair. Say what you like. Just brace for the echo. There'll be a response. And when you get your response, don't run looking for friends and cry and say, Philip attacked me. No, 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 no. Like Hema Ramkissoon, who had 2 PEP guests. One drove from 3 o'clock from Cedrus to come and sit in that studio, to be attacked, to be maligned, to be embarrassed by that jumped up frou-frou of a host. So that when I saw what she did to 2 beautiful PEP women, eviscerate she and Sabga News Network, and then a fake women's organization who didn't have a care or a concern what was done to Felicia or Michelle Davis, want to jump out and attack me. But you see, what have the 1% and the contract mafia worried is the public of Trinidad and Tobago, who not letting them get away with that shit no more. They couldn't get that to track. They try all how. Everybody who jump in that conversation gets slapped down, not from me, from normal, everyday Trinbagonians who's telling them bullshit, or they're talking bullshit. We was there. We see, we look. We look, we see. We see what Hema do them. So I saying to all you, when I go on Fazil show, hey, talk, you know, brother. Just give me the chance to answer. That's all I ask. Just give me the chance to respond. That's all I want. And if Sabga, if Nicholas Sabga had the belly that he think he have, if he had the courage that he thinks he has, if Nicholas Sabga has the backbone that he thinks he has, Sabga News Network could invite me, hear me? Samson Anton, Akash Samaroon, Hema Ramkissoon, put all 3 to interview me. I have a problem with that. Because as somebody demonstrates a willingness to attack me, I go and I get my information. Samson said that he vexed with me because a radio show that I used to host on 91.1, I let Wayne Sturge call him Samson a porn star. But Samson was Trinidad's first real porn star, with a little Chinese girl from Carnage. And Samson want everybody to forget that. So he attacked, not me, he took a broadside to the Jericho Project that deals with orphans, homeless, and the disabled, 95% of whom are black. Now Samson, as a black man with proud afro, don't do nothing for nobody, but have no problem attacking an organization that deals with people on the bottom rung of society, because to him, everything is fair play. So when I told Trinidad and Tobago, he sounds like he talks with a mouthful of marbles, he vexed, he gone to bat. I tell people, in no other country, they were hiring somebody to come and read news of him, mungly moo. Because half the time, people have to look for a translator to figure out what the hell Samson Anton just say. And he begs for the truth. But you want to attack me or mine. And I say again, I had to make a decision. There have been times, but she gets stronger. My mother gets strong. In the beginning, she used to call me crying on the phone. My mother, Camille Robinson Regis and Keith Rowley assassinate my character in Pigot's Corner. Camille calling up my name. But Chantal Mondi come in the PEP office to tell me I can't push back at Camille, who make my mother cry. Camille, who take the Trinidad National Credit Card and buy herself a weave and fertility treatment to make children, that as far as I am still concerned, those children are the property of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. At least update us with what's going on with them. We pay for them. We sponsor them children. We should at least know how they're going. We should at least have an idea. Eh, Camille? But again, and I want to say this, I have no problem. I have court again this week. And these stunters, they just want to send thing for you. They have a fella named Dane Wilson. Every time we think to hire a lawyer to go after Dane Wilson for assassinating my character and defaming my name, he write a litany of bullshit. I talked to Justice Hossain. This man called Justice Hossain, who was the chairman of the Integrity Commission. This man called all people names. And when we investigate Dane Wilson, all we find is Dane Wilson own a collection of tri-plastic cups. That's it. So if we take Dane to court and we spend the $50,000 suing him, what we could win? Dane's collection of tri-plastic cups. How is that of any benefit to me or anybody? Let the jackass break. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. Because you see, I have a platform too. And again, that's what's pissed them off. That I am the 800-pound gorilla on social media. That you can't get the shares and the likes that I get. Last night I cracked a joke about breaking up with an ex. It had 1,000 shares. You can't get 100 shares for breaking news. Watching Rudal Monilal share a post about Kamla in Tunapuna. 15 likes, 2 comments. So I scroll up. I say this had to be 15 seconds ago. 2 days. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. When you come into this guy, boy, I have no problem. Listen, I will walk on the Savannah stage, bring all your Kaisonians, let them share the microphone one after the other. All I ask is, give me my opportunity to respond. And a lot of them afraid of that. That's the problem a lot of them have. You see, Keith Rowley and Kamla will never mad put God out their thoughts. Faris, Captain ad hominem, silky draws jackass that he is, that could go and perform on Hema and Fazil show, will never debate me. He will never debate me because I will expose him for the all hat and no cowboy that he is. The empty suit. And Faris, no. The morning I went on Hema show with a pocket square, that video went viral because I take out the pocket square and I fluff it open on CNC3. I say, Hema, I went to a store in West Mall and they sell me this. If you see the little piece of cloth, gold, it's $200 for this. Like, look like a handkerchief. I said, this is called a pocket square. And the last time I was on your show, I told you and I folded it back to put it back in my pocket. I said, last time I was on this show, I told you I will have a pocket square. And I came, but I asked them. I asked the people in the store who sold me the pocket square, what is it? And they told me it don't really serve no purpose. It's for flair. And I say, hey ma, I realized at that minute what Faris Al-Rawi role in the politics is in this country. He don't serve no purpose, like his pocket square. He just for flair. It's like Stuart Young Carnival waving. Wayne Sturge had to say, boy, nobody ain't waving at you, Stuart. And when I tell you, savage, hey, Wayne Sturge, that was savage. That was savage. Nobody waving at Stuart. Stuart dressed up in clothes resembling a police. Resembling a police. And I'm thinking to myself, he have on a bulletproof vest. Not even a stray bullet care about you, Stuart. You have about 9 ministry and you're riding Gary Griffith coattail to wave at who waving at Gary. I see 5 pictures from The Guardian. A woman see Gary and run through the crowd and hug him up. But his Stuart face, the transition of Stuart face as the woman run at them and hug up Gary. Stuart looked like how a man look when his crush hugging up Shirelle, man. And I tell Trinidad and Tobago at the start, he is an ex-stunting jackass just there to facilitate and benefit himself and his family. Stuart get elected carrying a water tank in St. Anne's. I say, well, look, symbolically, Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West getting water. Stuarty boy rich. Ask the people of Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, when last they see that jackass in his constituency office. All the way. All the way. Have a pass. None of we born big. Not me, not you, not Kamala, not Pandy, not Manning, not Robbie, not Williams, all of we, Carl Hudson Phillips, every one of us, the Chief Justice, the President of the Republic, the Archbishop of Port of Spain, Abu Bakr, anybody you could think, nobody born big. Let me talk. Everybody had to go through life to get here. Stop the pretentious bullshit. Let's all talk plain. Because you can't sit down, all of you, trying to pretend that you ship 55 flavors of Ben and Jerry's attacking my character. Because we're not going to tolerate that under no circumstances. And to the news, to the media host, who has taken all the fat out of her ass to inject into her face that seems to have migrated to her brain and confused her. If you think that you have something that you want to say to Philip Alexander, stop inviting people on the show to talk about me. Invite me there. Talk your talk. I am the only politician that goes on Synergy TV and tell Stefan, open the phone lines now, man. Let them talk. I am the only politician that sits for 6 hours a week and let the people talk. Open the phone. Let them talk. Call in and you hear the first song we play on the morning show Pep Talks, Mondays and Wednesdays. Talk your talk by Tree Canal. Talk your talk. Because I have become not immune, but I've become able to handle and defend myself. And that is a superpower. Because combining that with the knowledge that I bring to the conversation, because anywhere you want to go low, I'll drag you to hell. You want to go high, we'll fly with the angels. You want to talk issues, ideas, programs, policies, let's talk. Let's talk about everybody's track record, their history, where you come from. My little Syrian family and them don't want to talk in front of me. I walked in Trotters the other day, and the place, the sound just dropped. All my family in there, but the sound is like it's like that scene in the Western movie when you're walking the OK Corral. It's fluff, 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 fluff. Because everybody just, they want to be able to bad talk you, but they don't want you to be able to stand there and answer them. There are a lot of people that will talk shit about me, not a lot, but there are people who talk shit about me on Facebook until I come and answer them. Now, not in a bad way. I say, don't allude to shit. Look, free people, amnesty, talk your talk, tell me what you know. Because while you're talking, I am finding out who you are and what you do. The truth of the matter is this. I do not expect those who benefit from government corruption to vote for me. I don't expect that. I don't expect people who look like me to vote for me. I am not expecting Westmoreland and Victoria Gardens and Goodwood Park to vote for me. I hope to wake up Abby Pujad and Big Yard and Scorpion and Point Kumana. I hope to give black people in this country a voice. I hope to give Morvan, Beetham, Laventille and Sealots a real representative in government. I hope to be able to do that. Now, will I be able to get past the politics of division? I do not know. But that 31% number today that NACTA published shocked everybody. It shocked everybody and it forced all them Zandoli out the hole. Because they come in to attack Philip, no problem. No problem at all. I'm saying again, without fear or favor, malice or ill will. If you're coming at me, do not, if I respond to you, want to screenshot that you get slapped up. And for some people, that seems to be a badge of honor. Look, Philip beat me up. Look, Philip. Hey, listen now. We're outside here a long time. Long time. When I stepped out, I knew that there are people who are not going to be comfortable knowing that I am going to make myself available to right the wrongs that have destroyed this country. And I'll say this, the wrongs that have destroyed this country is not them little black boys running around with guns. They are not the problem. They are a symptom. They are something caused by the problem. The real problem in Trinidad and Tobago remains white-collar corruption. The real problem in Trinidad and Tobago, if the Commissioner of Police want to kick down door in the dead of night and take criminals to justice, start in the Chamber of Commerce, brother. Go to the Law Association and ask them to point out the unethical in their ranks who drive the getaway cars, for the criminals who laugh and joke, clinking glass in public offices, saying, when you're thieving, thief legal fees too. That is Trinidad and Tobago. If you're bad and you're near man and you want to jump out at Philip, hey, have the first punch. Get on bad. May I say no? All I'm saying is, if there is a response, and there will be a response, if there is a response, take it in stride. Take it in stride. Now, and I want to say this. I want to be as Obama as I could be. I want to look into the camera and speak deliberately, eloquently. And I want to make people feel hope. I want that. But while I'm doing that, they want me to have one hand behind my back and three of them punching me in my head while I'm talking. And that's unfair. The Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago know that they're a criminal organization. They're aware that every time they sit down to meet, to vote each other into office, like a small communal diluted gene pool masturbating each other, when the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago gets together to vote, they know that they're looking across the room into the eyes of other criminals. Most of the journalists in this country get a second and a third salary from people who want them speaking their byline. It is why they have political activist groups in this country that want to fix TNT, that don't go after certain politicians. And some people don't understand that there are other questions to ask other than what the media publish. But social media gives us the opportunity to do that. So while we have that opportunity, let us fix our business. the better Trinidad and Tobago that we want. And I know, and I know, and I know. Because I have cousins and family, my father, brother, me and he fall out. Because I know, and I know, and I'm, what is this boy used to say? Pellucidly aware that a lot of us would rather not face the fact that we live in a country where priests molest little boys. When you're dancing with the saints and you're fetting with the saints, you don't want to think that there were priests in St. Mary's that bull little boys, that were sent to school there. We live in a denial. We do not want to think that the Prime Minister is involved in corruption. I watch people say, intelligent people, people who went to big school, say to me, Kamala ain't involved in none of the thieving. She just appoint the wrong people to office. So I want to ask them, but my mind is already blown. You have a Prime Minister who is incapable of doing a proper job, who has appointed people to office who are criminals, and she is unaware of their criminality, but you want to trust her to run the country like that is some kind of excuse. Come now, man. Come now. My partner, Simon de Nobrega. I know Simon's wife. I know his brother. I know his wife's sister. I know all of them father, mother, family, boy, family. Sayo. Simon de Nobrega and me had to fall out. Because me and Simon used to meet by the Doubles Lady in Starlight, eating with Barra and Chana, talking about the bullshit Kamala and crew doing. And the same Sayo gone to benefit from it in the PNL. And hypocrites. Hypocrite that he is. He had a problem. The belly little barn or a bit avenue, like in the 79 friends, every night they sit down and they're talking. But I want to say to your partner, you're raising children in a country that is broken by deliberate design, and you just choose the bandit that you prefer to support. All the talk that you and I have ever had was of no value, none, and of no effect. If the same criminal wrongdoing that you could attack Kamala for, you okay if Keith Rowley doing it.
I visited Parliament Chamber, witness an orchestra, a bang, 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 of only politicians,
Rated their performance at style.
talented endurance, a bang, 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 of parliamentarians.
That encourage hate, making good folks discriminate. Bridges replaced by gates. Nurturing racism.
Prejudice and tribalism, multiculturalism,
Amagism from the UNC and the PNM. outside, out and bad, and you're talking plenty talk, I have no problem with that. I like that. My mission is to encourage. Jump out. Come out. Let me talk. But if you're talking it for one side, not talking it for the other, worse. If you're full of good boy talk and you want to cuss way, little black woman, what she crying about she dead child, she ain't know he was a good boy. This time you in your family, in your house, all you're living off criminal proceeds. Your father is a crook, he's a white collar bandit. Your family make the money on criminal wrongdoing. Your whole family corrupt, all you're benefiting from illegal contracts and kickbacks, but you want to be pissing down on a hype from other people. How it's so? How is so? How is so? The truth of the matter is, somebody had to come along and open the windows and let the place out. Somebody had to come into this national conversation and say, hold up, selector. This is not the truth of our condition. That the $3 trillion stolen was masked bandits jumping over fence. The $3 trillion stolen weren't taken with guns, they were taken with pens and electronic transfers. Where you want yours, Liechtenstein? Yours going where? Panama? Come now, man. Where you want it to go? Because it's long time they in this thing, you know.
Hey, senor, you see any
Long time.
Yeah? You must know that. Big fat man is like blue money in the pocket. You don't see that, senor? No, man.
You know what they say? You can't play mass and frayed powder.
I find Eldorado, it was he was on his song,
But it wasn't Mexico that them was talking about.
every Trinidadian show me
The whole Eldorado thing. They here living like Lord, but they want to live there like king.
As they get a little money in the pocket, they hide in the Canada. And when you miss them, scam and them,
It's somewhere in Panama.
going to Panama. I got to go to Panama, mama.
And if you see them in the church, when you see the basket reach in front, fluff, fluff, that blue note don't fall inside, you know. Them getting full value for that money. Fluff, fluff. Daddy have 100, mommy have 100, the two children have 100, even the maid sitting down on the end of the pew, she get 100 too. Just put her in the basket now. We are holy people. Don't forget that the $100 come from thief money. Forget that.
What it is they have over there? Make it really just go clear. Some say that they go with I don't like those dogs, so I take in a walk, but I don't like to eat rum.
Partner, stop the passport, Panama, here I come. And I go bounce up. Hey, you hear? I go bounce them, my boy. You get yours? One a we. I will never forget. I've had some experiences in my life that made me feel dirty. In fact, in 1993, and I'll never forget this, in 1993, I was the owner of a nightclub and I was living large. And I had a dream, and I'll never forget that dream. Because in the dream, I dreamt myself exactly where I was in reality. It's the weirdest dream of all. I dreamt myself where I was, wearing what I was wearing, sleeping where I was sleeping, in the dream and in reality. Only in the dream, I had these two little holes under my armpits, and maggots was pushing themselves out and formed themselves in a big pile around me. In the dream, and I was feeling the maggots push themselves out one after another. And I jump up in a sweat and I look around because the room was the same and the position was the same and the clothes was the same. The only thing I was missing was the maggots. And I've had other experiences in life that stay with me and made me feel dirty. It made me feel unclean. And I was always trying, to live a good life. And I was doing good stuff, but I was doing some things too that I shouldn't really. Now just saying, living that wild boy life and your own nightclub and all this kind of bacchanal, you know what comes with it. And in my mind I say, you know what, time to get out of this. That's here for you, Philip. And another experience that I had that made me feel just as dirty inside. I was in a carnival party. I will never forget this. I was in a carnival party in UWI, and Fuad Khan grabbed me, and he was with some other then ministers. Fuad Khan grabbed me and hugged me, boy, and said, "Hey boy, why you giving we so much stick? You is one of we." And that statement, "you is one of we," felt to me like I was rotten inside. Because Fuad Khan, I'm not you. I'm nothing like you. Every opportunity that I have had to make Trinidad and Tobago better, I have worked at it. You want to lie to people, tell them. When I sent the information to the cabinet through then Minister of National Security, Gary Griffith, about the health card scheme, you say a lie. You say it on the front page of the Guardian that a lie. Lokan Camps was a director of Guardian. Lokan Camps. Because everything that I say, that son of a bitch sent Danny Solomon, who was then the chairman of CDA, to tell me they gotta sue me for defamation. That same son of a bitch, the company Infotech that he was working for, Susie Lowe father, them still looking for him. Change the locks, change the doors, take away the car. That's Trinidad. That if I don't talk it, nobody talking it. You nearly get catch with a $45 million health card, Price Mart plastic cards for 5 cents by Pattern Max. You can import it from China through Alibaba. We nearly pay $45 billion for some plastic cards and an Excel spreadsheet. Fuad Khan. Fuad Khan is the minister. Ask him to account. How come Trinidad and Tobago is the only country in the world that pay the prices we pay for Ebola hazmat suits? You could have buy them on eBay for $25. We pay tens of thousands of dollars for ours. No, Fuad, I'm nothing like you. I'm nothing like any other. And while I have to admit, growing through the process, I had to get up close and personal with both the PNM and the UNC, because you all control the gates and you all control the power, and I had to try to go through you all to find a way to see that we could fix what we were trying to fix. Because while I was talking to you, I was also running the Jericho Project and the Second Chance Foundation, and was dealing with the homeless and the drug addicted and the disabled and the orphan. So I know that I was doing my good work, but standing up alongside people like you and having to deal with people like you was like swimming in maggots. No, I'm not anything like you. I'm not anything like Rowley. I'm none of the Syrian financiers and the Chinese financiers and the white financiers and the black financiers and the Indian financiers who colorblind. Up on the top there. Up on the top there. It had no race. It had one color. Green. Yankee dollar. And mission to bring back sweet tea and tea.
Every day I
That's what I hear.
How the sweet island gets so bitter. Low salary but cost of living gets higher. We inhumane behavior, things don't turn upside down. Smiling faces becomes a frown. Guns the law, we now live in fear. People no longer seems to care. Filled with pain and agony. I see a man begging for mercy. we fight? What would it take for us to unite? Look how we turn them going astray. And we hold on to faith each day. So all we have a message and playing dumb. Many go pay in time to come. So all the innocent lives they take, the mind and the souls they corrupting. Everything has a price to pay. On a great, great judgment day. Sweet tea and tea, land of the milk and honey. Sweet family, the way that it used to be. Like long ago, what was mine was yours. Peace and harmony, my red, white, and black country. Dear God, I lift up this island. I place my situation in your hand. You can create and you can destroy. These turn our sorrows into joy. Forgive us, Father, we have sinned. Turn back the sorrow, Lord, I'm pleading. Change the hearts of the wicked ones. Guide and protect all your daughters and sons. Through this perilous time, so know with you on board, blessings will flow. TNT will again arise to the sweet, sweet border. Bring sweet tea and tea, land of the milk and honey. Sweet family, the way that it used to be, Lord. Like long ago, what was mine was yours too. Peace and harmony, my red, white, and black country. Bring it back, I say. Bring it back, I say. Bring it back, I say. When it take a village to grow a child, and all we do was smile. Bring the country back, I say. When we eat from the same pot, we drink from the same cup. My red, white, and black country. When we look out for each other, we were all brothers keepers.
My red, white, and black country. Let me tell you something, and I'm saying this straight into this camera. Every time I am doing this, there are at least 5 other places I could be or should be. My family, my son, and now my daughter, and everybody that I consider loved ones. Every time Philip Edward Alexander takes time to do anything politically, he puts aside time with them. And they sacrifice too. So to the people who so easily could type bullshit on Facebook, take it 13 seconds, say what to do. Hear what to do. Don't attack me. Do what I do. Facebook just told me, and I just shared it, that my posts have been shared 1,330,000 times. I've done my bit. I could stand down. I don't need a job. I don't need the office. I don't need the blue lights. I don't need the girls. I don't need the shortcut. I don't need the contract. I don't need friends. I good. I'm doing this for love of country. I'm doing this for a better Trinidad and Tobago. I was up close and personal in the belly of both Beast, PNM and UNC. If I was in this for self-enrichment, I'd be knocking glass with them stunting sons of bitches all you think is political leaders. I am here fighting for a better Trinidad and Tobago, stepped out at risk to self, treasure, victimization, defamation, character assassination, and credible death threats. I have received calls from people who say, you don't know me, but I work with the CIA and I'm based in Trinidad and Tobago and we have some information that we would like to pass on to you. I have seen pictures of people. This is the man that was paid and how much he was paid and what he was paid to do. So if you think that what I do is easy, standing up against the criminals who have stolen millions, hundreds of millions, billions, and even trillions of dollars from this country, if you think it is easy, don't about talk to me, just say, Phil, I'll take it from here and I will stand down. I will stand down. I watched Dilworth Braffett and Diana Kelly and Suzette Lower and AJ Khan, some Canadian, bored Canadian, form themselves into a version of the PEP and start a bad talk me to say they go pull all the members. So a couple of people went across and said, okay, we hear what all they have to offer. Because they are accustomed to getting a live video every night. Content, information, leadership. And all you had was to share other people's posts. You led people astray under false pretenses. The reality of the situation is this, and I make no excuses. You could try. It is not easy. The more of us speaking, the better. Why would you want to attack people who are trying to make a better country? Why? I had to ask a guy tonight. He said, nobody voting PEP. Nobody taking you on hush. And I say, if that is true, why not ignore me? Why comment on my post? Why say all of this? It took time to type that. It took effort, energy, thought, and time for you to type all those words. If I am truly irrelevant, if nobody voting PEP, ignore me. I am of no consequence to nobody. But you're outside there fighting me down. You know why? You're fighting me down because you think that a progressive empowerment party that brings justice, transparency, accountability to government will cut your gravy train. I may not know what you're benefiting from, but you know. There are people in this country who supply office stationery. Scotch tape and post-its have criminally corrupt contracts that are providing stationery invoices to government ministries for shit they did not get and splitting the difference when the bill get paid with the man and the woman who signed for it in the ministry. That is the reality of our country. We are surrounded. When you go Bayside, you're clinking glass and you're waving your hand. You don't know who cut in your throat. So that when you reach that night, your child puking in the hospital, you had to wait 9 hours to see a doctor. You don't know what the person that you just lime and dance and fet with thief out the money that could have give a better public health system for you and your child. You don't know. And it is time to know. It is no longer acceptable that you could pretend that you don't know. You and I went to the same school. We watched when the mother come to pick them up in the big grey Belmont with the door falling off. You have to hold the door on the car while you're driving. And all of a sudden there's billionaires. You know and I know. The difference is you fetting in the Saints with them. And boogieing for Panorama. Because you're hoping whatever they thief, they could break off some and give some to you. And there's a difference between me and people like that. So I stand here in the full light of everything that you want to say about me and still going strong. Dane Wilson, that post, every time that somebody wants to attack me like today, when that NACTA poll come out and Balize and Rienzi fanning the sycophants and boy, go and attack that Alexander. You have to find something to say. You have to find something to say. Because I'm out here every day. I'm on the radio taking calls. When they let me on the TV, open, bright, you could see me anywhere. My Facebook open to the public. Balize House, you can't write on Balize House. You could write on mine. And you don't even have to be my friend to do it. You don't even have to be my friend to do it. My everything about me, public. And you still have to go and dig up and make up and pretend to assassinate my character. And you're not pissing them off. It is sticking. It is sticking. The same people who wasn't going to... Now, somebody had told me a long time ago, there are certain amount of people in the world that will love you for no reason whatsoever. Nothing you've done, they just love you. And there are an equal amount of people that will just hate you. Now, there are some people who will love you that could be convinced to hate you. And there are people who hate you that could be convinced to love you. Like my partner from Tobago tonight, that start off. As long as it's not Philip Alexander, I voted. And after we had our conversation, the man invited me to come to Tobago. Invited me to come to Tobago. Stay up, brother. Be strong. There is a woman on this live video. She is a pepper. Now, she fights with family members for her right to stand up. Her whole family, UNC. I ain't gonna put her on blast, but she know. Because she's telling me, since she joined this party, how much pressure she get. But you know what she joined? She joined a party by attacking me. And I took her on. And we had it out. And at the end of the conversation, she decided that she was a supporter of the plans and the policies and programs, the Progressive Empowerment Party, and she was willing to give it a go. That is all we ask for. Because you are absolutely certain Kamala and crew will thief out what the PNM leave behind. There's no guesswork about that. Them could thief milk and sugar out of coffee, and you know because they show you before. So you know what you're getting. If you was in a relationship with a man that used to beat you and you escape and you end up back in his house, if he hit you, don't be surprised. He's a goldfish. You must know this is what it comes with. So you have to take that going in. Voting for the PNM and the UNC, to quote the current Minister of Agriculture, Clarence Rambarat, to quote him, voting for the PNM or the UNC is taking a vote for which one less worse. We in the Progressive Empowerment Party say both of them bad. And it is time to vote them out. Was opened at 137 Manahambre Road, St. Madeleine on the 19th of January 2019 to celebrate our 2nd anniversary and to open a South Regional Headquarters. This guy, Tyrone Hernandez, it was a surprise for me because I didn't know he was coming. Tyrone Hernandez came in person to sing. And not just to sing the song, he put on a set. But during the presentation, he stopped and said, he is a member. He is the newest member of the PEP, and he wished he had one of those orange jerseys everybody was wearing. We stopped the show, and Satish Ramsaran took him and outfitted him. He come back on the stage to say, this song is the PEP anthem. Trinidad and Tobago, I tell you, you don't have to be a billionaire, a trillionaire, a millionaire, even a thousandaire to join the PEP. We're doing like the Bible say, fishes and loaves. We're making magic with nothing. Under the most unethical and unconstitutional media blackout, we've spread the message to the four corners of Trinidad and Tobago and around the world. There have people in Kazakhstan and Iceland know about the PEP. It has been a lot of work. It has been unceasing, unrelenting. We've taken all the licks, take all the stick and stood firm. We take the character attacks, the defamation, the lies. We're still here. We're still here. You could come on this live video right now and talk. In the beginning, boy, it was blows. Dave Lux used to be saying, this one is a troll, that one is a troll. And I deal with them. Now, look at the thread. Look at the live. We're approaching a critical mass. We get into a tipping point. It is going to come a time. And the people in the PNM and the UNC know. And the people who own them and operate them for their criminal well-being know that an orange tsunami is brewing. And that is only a matter of time before you call that election. And we will fall on this country like a revelation. It is time we wash this country clean. Dave just say salt and black disinfectant. Don't forget the bleach and blue soap. We need to undo and redo. Take it back to the day we became independent. Go back to the Constitution. Undo and redo and reboot the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. This is not an easy task by no stretch of the imagination. What we set out to do here takes everything. You can't be in the PEP, and we put them on notice today. Tomorrow's meeting is the start of Operation Mobilization. You cannot be an office holder in the Progressive Empowerment Party and phone it in. No, sir. Resign one time. Resign one time. It is better we have a small team of functional people than a large team of people fooling us. We have no interest in that. If you would like to be part of the rescue of Trinidad and Tobago, if you would like to join the Orange Army, if you have something to contribute in your skill set and your ability and your knowledge, come tomorrow at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, our symbolic headquarters. Come tomorrow at noon. All of our overseas advisory counselors, all of our leaders for all our teams in Toronto, New York, Florida, England, everybody will be there live via Zoom. It is a program that we have that brings everybody in a secure network. So even if you're overseas and you want to be part of it, link up with Kenneth Luke. If you want to be part of the rescue of Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue, clear your freaking schedule. Because if you walked in your house and your house was on fire and you had groceries in your hand, you'd put down the groceries to out the fire. Because you can't pack groceries in a house burning down. If you see a snake and you're dealing with the snake before you make your tea, it is like that. Those analogies are for you to realize that tomorrow is not business as usual. Because while you're going about your business, politicians and business people in this country thieving out your child's future, it is time to stand up and call it for what it is. Stop pretending that the scorpion that biting you is not a real scorpion and that is not a real bite, because you're suffering every single day. Nothing in Trinidad and Tobago works. Not one thing. Nothing. Everything that comes out these politicians' mouths are lies. Every contract, every ground they break, we know is thief. They go in and thief. Nothing is real in the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the ass you like land. Trinidad and Tobago needs a rescue, and it needs a rescue from you, by you, of you. You need to step up. We can't do it alone. So don't think that you could stay home eating popcorn and expect the PEP to do it. We need your numbers. We need your votes. We need your feet on the ground spreading the message. We need you involved. We need you to keep us on the tracks. We need your money. We need your help fundraising. In 2 weeks, we have our next PEP market. That PEP market is for optics, to bring all the people together, to sign up new members, to help our members make money. And PEP generates our funds for the party too. All of that. All of that. All of that. Everything that we do is so transparent. Look at our schedule. We tell you, this Saturday, tomorrow, we meet noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. The next day, PEP Family Day. To all the PEP members, and if you're not sure if you're a PEP member, but you think you're a PEP member, please reach out to me, Felicia, Sean Sinarine, is known as Trini Mamu online. Reach out to Shari Wilson, any of the team members, and tell them, I think I'm a PEP member, because you're already invited. And it's free, free, free. Come online, play some all fours, talk all nonsense, eat all food. We just go into Lime and have a good time as a family. It is the PEP Family Day, and we want to spend time with the family. Next week, Saturday at 5 p.m., we launch the North Hub. We open our next office again. We're opening our next office. Hema for Zero, they come now, they're invited. Newsday, Guardian, Express, Sunshine, all the invited. Come down, man. We opening another office again, because while all your back talking, we grow in the party. Next week, Saturday, on the 23rd of March at 5 p.m., we open the North Hub for every constituency from St. Joseph to Diego Martin West and everything in between. Come out, come down, come and be a part of that. That's next week Saturday at 5 p.m. Mark your calendar. And if you want to reserve a seat, you have to reach out to the management team, Debbie Jaikaran and that crew, and tell them to Satish Ramsaran that you need to reserve a seat. The following Saturday, the 30th of March, we have Pep Market 2.0. This time we're going to have a second-hand bazaar. And if you have used things that you would like to sell, contact the team. It's $200 and $300 for a space, and come and sell all the gently used items that you no longer have use for. Sell it to somebody else and generate a little cash. If you're in business, if you're a vendor, if you're an importer, you would like to be a part of that, call them, book your space. The last one, the first one was very successful. This one is going to be even more so. And farmers, pet farmers, if you're a member of the PEP, we're giving you a space in the green part of our pet market where it's vegetables and fruits, and we're giving it to you free of charge. If you are a pet farmer and you would like to take part of that, reach out to Derek Lawrenson, reach out to Felicia Holder, Shari Wilson, Lemma McLeod Wilkinson, reach out to any of the team members. Listen, join the party. Go to peptt.com and join the party. If you're in Trinidad, come to the office tomorrow and join the party. It is the greatest testimony to wanting a better Trinidad and Tobago. Join this party. We are the only political organization that have a political meeting every single week open to the public. So all the nonsense news they tell us yesterday that MSG and UNC hitting the ground because they're ready for elections, overdue and waste of time. We're doing that already, even though they're not covering us. Open mic, walking off the street and talk. The only party that does that. Walking off the street, open mic and talk. This is the real people's revolution for a better Trinidad and Tobago. Democratic, law-abiding, want a transparent, accountable country. For the first time, procurement that works, that protects the national assets, and most importantly, a government that will go after all of those who have abused public office and accessed the public office and stole our money, to bring our money back and to bring them to justice. It is time to shut down this nation's borders and stop the drug trade and the gun trade. This is a narco state. You think Rowley and Kamala don't know that? Ask both of them how come Rowley there 4 years, Kamala had 5. Kamala had 5 years and 6 months. Why she did not one thing to secure the nation's borders? Stop being played for a fool. You want a better Trinidad and Tobago? Tomorrow at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Come and join us.
If they are the reason why the economy goes round, when you're voting for them all, if it is the passing laws that them alone can block, when you're voting for them all, if it is the building ISOs,
East, West, North and South, the same way you vote them in.
register and totally state for finger and rescue the country. Put them up with tempo, they have to pay. Let's put our country together again. Put them up with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again. If their policy,
It's a fallacy,
their bureaucracy,
a catastrophe,
if they can afford,
and you're seeing so.
then your only hope.
It's for them to go.
If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout, when you're voting for them all. If it is a frustration,
Just make you want to shout.
when you're voting for them all.
Before they just use out, thief out, sell out, and things out. The same way you put them in. Trinidad and Tobago, Canada, New York, sharing their phone numbers in the live. When I tell you, giving me goosebumps. You think this, they want to tell you this is a one-man party. This is an orange army. Join us. All you come good, fellas, girls, ladies, all you come good. People must come first, citizens by right. None of we are worse, yellow, black or white. Food, shelter and clothes, free movement and speech. A garden that grows, and one law for each.
If it is that injustice,
This what they always show. When you're voting, vote them wrong. If it is that avarice, it's all they seem to know.
when you voted, vote them wrong.
If it is their politics, it's just that pappy show. When elections day come, all that is consumed. Red and yellow,
Register and
clean house.
if they can see, stay your finger and show them no mercy.
Them and their sister,
Put them out with total scorn.
uproot that poisonous tree.
Let's go
Rescue Trinidad and Tobago.
together again.
It is time.
Put them out of
It is
power.
time.
Dominate the reign.
It is time.
Let's put our country
It is way past time. I'm holding nothing back. Let me show you a commitment. This is a Motrin. Motrin 200 milligram. I do this live video tonight with a throbbing migraine. And I sit down here with this Motrin next to my computer, telling myself, if it get too bad, I could take that. I do this live video tonight with a throbbing migraine. The members of this party committed to this course of action. We have our feet on the ground for a better Trinidad and Tobago. We're standing against all of the acts of the evil and the devil. But we believe that as all of history has proven, that night could only run, day must eventually come. We will put the axe to the evil tree. We will end it. It is time. The contract mafia knows that this is the political vehicle to bring their feeding frenzy to an end. Eat a food culture in Trinidad and Tobago done. We will make sure here every creed and race and class and every type of social divide is removed. We stand together as one people under one flag. If anything that I just said to you resonated with you and you want to help this mission, we need your financial support. Our radio show costs us money. Janice Lemon Creaky is our PRO. If you want to put ads on the show, we have 32 ads to sell. Reach out to Janice. If you would like to just make a standing financial contribution, $500 US a month, 50 US a month, 100 US a month, 500 US a month. If you want to make 100 TT donation a month, we are building this party on the member strength. We ain't want no deep pocket finances. There will be nobody to come after we reach in government to say we owe them this and we owe them that. And I don't mean if you're big and you have big money and you want to come and give us, we're not going to turn it away. That is not true. We need every cent we could get. It's $15 million to fight an election in this country. But I want you to understand this. If you donate that money to the Progressive Empowerment Party, do it with a clean heart and a pure mind, expecting nothing in return but a better Trinidad and Tobago. Anything else, strings attached, have no business around the PEP. If you want a better Trinidad and Tobago, join us tomorrow at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. 3474-PEP is our hotline. PEPTT.com is our website. PEP, 2 words, PEP app is our app. You can download it from any of the major app stores free of charge. PEPTrinbago at gmail.com is our primary email address. We are in this to win this. We are in this to end the days of the glorifying of those who have made themselves criminally rich at the expense of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. The line has been drawn in the sand. The Rubicon has been crossed. We've thrown it all down. We are here to fix Trinidad and Tobago. And if you want a better country, join us in any material way that you can. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.